This is Peter Yu, publicist of Drop My Email, Drop My Site. As we aim to back up the internet, we would like to teach you a little bit more about how we're going to achieve that. Today we're going to talk about our part 2 about blogging etiquette. Today's topic will be focused on blogging comments on your own blog as well as your comments on other people's blog. How do you use it to increase viewerships to your own sites? So very important to maintain these etiquettes to be professional and yet achieving the goals that you would like. So let's start here. This is the dropmyemail.com blog, and as with every blog, when you put up new content, you put pictures, you will always get comments, some good, some bad. What are the right things and what are the right ways to do it? So let's start with other people's blogs. Let's do Huffington Post. Let's talk about what you should do. When you're on other people's blogs, always add something relevant to the conversation. Like all content you're about producing, each comment you submit should not just add noise. Always think about whether your comment is adding to the discussion or not. This is a post about Obama's meeting with Xi Jinping, and at the bottom when you get to the comments, you have long messages where people are actually adding on to the conversation. It is important that whatever that you do comment, whatever you do speak about, it is good to add new points and to respond to it. So do add something relevant to the conversation. 2. You can also share your comments onto social media. When used correctly, pushing comments to social media is a great way to simultaneously give a shout out to the author while also sparking a discussion with your comment. So you can share all these on Facebook or Twitter. Do add these functions to your blog. Next, don't leave links in other people's comments unless it's relevant. Do not leave random links in your comments to your blog. Other bloggers recognize when commenters are just trying to get a link back to their own site. Instead, this is how you do it right. While you link this comment to an additional post, it is relevant as well as adding to the discussion at hand. So do note that when you post something, first, as we mentioned, add something relevant. You can share it on social media if you would like, and also leave links only when it is relevant. Like here, this post about new to Pinterest, this is what I would do to link Instagram and Pinterest with Flickr. So importantly, it must be relevant, it can be shared as well as informative. Okay, let's go into some don'ts. What shouldn't you do on other people's blogs? Here is a comment that is pretty much a scathing paragraph about what was written on the blog. Content, while not going through this, it is important for you to keep a limit on what you want to write. While you do want to bring value to your post, when we write a comment, make sure you aren't piggybacking off the original post. Or in that way, you publish another post of your own in the comments. It's okay to add your thoughts, but you don't want to dominate the post with your comment. So add what you want to say, but cut yourself off before you hit the 500 word mark. That's just a good guideline. Lastly, don't comment and leave forever. Just like here, the guy makes a comment and then anybody reply to this, what's going on? No answer. This is not good etiquette. Once you hit submit, when you send your post through, make sure you come back to check if other people have responded to you. Many times you can even have a subscription option on commenting so that if anybody responds to you, you will be notified. This is just good manners. When someone says hello, you should answer appropriately. So these are just some of the things to do and not to do on other people's blogs. But what about on your own blog? What about on your own corporate blogs? What are the things that you are supposed to and what are the things you're not supposed to do? And here we go. First of all, do respond to almost everyone. Understandably, everybody has many things to do, and responding to blog posts might not be the highest thing on your to-do list. However, it's better late than never. It's always good when you feel someone sharing your thoughts or responding to your post. So you should take the time to respond and pay it forward. So in the future, they would likely to respond to your post and add more viewers and audience to your corporate blog. So respond as we see somebody say something about, oh, thank you for putting this up. Then we answer, no worries, please come back again. And this interaction keeps your readers logged in. Similarly, another post where it's just a very quick line about how emails are actually quite irritating. Oh, no worries, amen to that. By the way, here's a link that you can read up more about other things I've written. This interaction allows more and more people to answer and to talk and create conversations and about the topics that you want them to talk about. Very important for you to do so. The only times where you do not need to respond to every single comment, it is when the comment is blatant spam or trolls. So in our blog, we have at the moment 221 spam messages, either just to put in links or just something, or saying something so generic it is just to make posts for no reason. We in our corporate blog talk about emails, and yet here is someone talking about cake and dessert and chocolate cake and pastry shops. Not at all relevant, all interesting to anything. So here we have. So these are obviously the ones you can just delete or just ignore entirely. So let's go on. What are some of the don'ts when it comes to comments on your own corporate blogs? Do not respond to criticism with anger. So here in one of our blog posts, one of our users actually said they're having problems. Are you guys open for business? I'll like sign up if I can reliably connect, which is a little bit of a snarky comment about whether we are even in business or whether we are doing anything at all. So instead of answering in a way that will be seemingly angry, instead find out what's the problem if there is one, answer respectfully and tell them this is what you should do to follow up. And if anything, I'll put someone there to be able to take care of their concern. And when you do so, you diffuse the situation and you get a positive response. They even talk even more. You might have made a friend, and with that way you have connected with your audience and successfully avoided an embarrassing situation. As the next thing not to do is, of course, do not over moderate comments. Many brands like to moderate, delete negative posts on social media, on blogs, because they feel like it looks bad on them. But instead, having a real conversation, even when there are problems, it gives you ability to build a community around your blog. Sometimes your readers might jump to your defense before you have to. So it's important to keep it real with your readers as well as those who comment on your blog. Finally, don't make it hard to post. Do not make it hard to post, or no one else will comment or make it onto your blog. A lot of times you have adding captchas, trick questions, or excessive authentication forms. All these things stop people from doing something as simple as saying, I like it, please tell me more, or give me more information about your product and service. So we recommend using Discuss. So Discuss is the easiest way. It works with WordPress, Tumblr, Blogger, Drupal, HTML, and even JavaScript. It's easy to use, click, and if at the lower levels it could be even free. So consider using this as a comment. Not only is this possible for you to use, you can even do sharing. You can do what we discussed before, as well as leaving notification updates. So consider adding a different way onto your blog so that you have an easier manner for people to comment and do all sort of interesting stuff to connect with you as the brand. So all in all, we've went over what you should do, don't do when on other people's blog. So let's review. Do on other people's blogs, add relevant conversation comments. Number 2, do share your comments on social media. Number 3, things you're not supposed to do on other people's blogs. Don't leave links unless it's relevant, so don't leave links unless it is going to add to the conversation. 4, don't write a blog post of your own in the comments. Keep it to the 500 word mark. 5, don't comment and leave forever. Always get back to the person and make sure the conversation is two ways and everybody has what they want. On your own blog, you should. Number 6, do respond to almost everyone. Try as hard as you can to respond to everyone unless they are spam or trolls. Number 7, don't respond to criticism with anger on your blog. It's easy to get attached to the writing and you might find yourself being a bit defensive. Don't respond to criticism. Instead, don't over-moderate, which is number 8, and respond appropriately. Finally, number 9, don't make it hard to post comments. Don't have excessive authentication forms. Instead, you can try to use simple commenting systems like discuss. Ultimately, comments are a way to form relationships with other bloggers. They're crucial to growing your following. Be sure you're not missing out on any of these crucial etiquette tips and you will be good to go. Thank you so much for listening. This is Peter Yu, publicist of Drop My Site, Drop My Email, and we look forward to teaching you more and more on how to market your brand right.